department of football.
What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Gridiron Command on the Department of Football channel. Guys, it's almost here. You can taste the hopes and dreams and the tears of the Cowboys fans when they finally miss the playoffs again. It's coming. It's almost here, you guys. But right now, we're settled with preseason. And guys, it has been a crazy preseason so far. To my right, your left, as always, is BroncoRob. Rob, how are you feeling tonight? Are you excited for the upcoming season? And are you excited to just talk about these preseason games?
Hey, football is back, baby. That's all I got to say. It's preseason. A lot of people are like, it doesn't count. No. It counts. Our boys are back. They're on the field. They're playing games. And we got 5 games we're going to get into tonight, and I'm just excited to get into it with you, Grunt.
Awesome. And real quick, Jay Daniels, please, I guess we did say number 5. Please don't sue us. Jaden, please. We're very small. We have no monies. Please. Don't do it. Please. No. Yeah, like Rob said, we do have 5 games we're going to be going over. So, we created this show in the offseason, right, where we were just talking about all the teams going through everything, how their offseason was going into training camp, talking about how their training camps were going. But now that the games are really starting to start, we are now going to shift how this show runs. So every week we'll be talking about 5 different games from across the league. All right. So what we'll do is we'll get down. We'll talk about what we saw, what teams are flashing, what teams need to work on, and just how we feel overall about what the postseason is going to look like. Now, granted, season hasn't even started yet, but the preseason games are already kind of writing themselves as far as, hey, if a starter goes down, how are these teams going to look through the season? So, starting off, we do have a little bit of some stuff to go through with the Gridiron Command situation room. And starting off, again, I've already said their name, Dallas. The Cowboys have officially signed, it hurts to say that they've officially signed, our past former great linebacker, Von Miller. And that hurts. For me, Rob, I don't know about you, it hurts me. It hurts. I thought the Commanders was bad enough. But to see him now go to the Cowboys, how do you feel?
Emotional damage.
That's how I feel. Von Miller is and will always be a treasured Bronco. He was absolutely one of my favorite players when he was with the team. Even afterwards, when he moved on, I still have my Von Miller jersey. I wear it occasionally. Von Miller's a special player. So hopefully in Dallas, he'll be able to, like he has posted on social media, he can roll out of bed and get 8 sacks. So hopefully he brings something to Dallas. But let's face it, Dallas is more than just one player away from making the playoffs, let alone a Super Bowl. So with that, Von Miller, I give you a mile-high salute, and we wish you the best of luck, brother.
Absolutely. I mean, we do wish you the best of luck. And I think that because he's been talking all offseason how he's just trying to get back home to the Broncos. He's been trying to do everything. And I don't know if it's George Payton, if it's Sean Payton, if it's the ownership. That's like, we're not going to re-sign you. We don't have a spot for you, which hurts. But at the same time, I think it's also a business move because they're like, if we re-sign you, you're going to retire. Like, we know what's happening. You just want to come back to retire, which is respectable. I think he's like, no, I got one more season in me. You guys find me a spot. No, it's not going to happen, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Do you think, Rob, next season in the offseason, if Von's like, I'm done, I just want to be signed to the team, don't pay me any money, just let me retire at Bronco, do you think they let him do it? I would assume they would.
100% they will. I mean, they've done it with past Broncos in the past. I believe they did it with Chris Harris Jr. They did it with Justin Simmons. They did it with Derek Wolfe. Like, they'll absolutely do that. And I think 100% it's well deserved. He has earned it being a leader on this team and being a key contributor to especially the Super Bowl 50 championship. But the thing that I found very interesting was that one of Denver's linebackers in the preseason game actually suffered a broken leg. And I apologize, I don't remember which player that was off the top of my head. But, when I saw that, I was like, oh, here we go. A spot's opening up, even if it's, just trying to make the team and trying to make a spot. I thought it was going to happen. There was a glimmer of hope. It was a small glimmer, but it was a glimmer.
I mean, as far as our defense is concerned on the Denver Broncos, I definitely feel like we have depth on the defense side. The offense side that we are now really starting to get depth, but defense side, I think we have all the help we need. Even with a player having a broken leg and not being able to fill a role, I don't think we even when he broke it, I was like, we have depth. There's going to be another player that's going to immediately, who's been training in Vance Joseph's camp, that's been crushing it behind the scenes. I think all the defense was pretty much solid, especially now that Cooper's still here. I was one that, wasn't. It was kind of on my bingo card, kind of not. I was like, I don't know what's going to happen, but he's still here, so that's good. What do we got next, Rob?
Our next story, and I'm gonna let you kind of tell it because you have a little bit more familiarity with it. But Jaden Daniels and the number 5 from his previous alma mater. There's some drama with that, and I don't understand what the deal is. So, fill us in, Grunt.
All right, so the story's been breaking for about the last week or so. So Jaden Daniels played number was number 5 when he played at LSU, and while he was at LSU and while he was their quarterback, he did really well. He, not saying he did terrible for them or anything like that. Like, he did play very well, but he didn't really do anything. Like, he didn't win a national championship. He didn't do anything super spectacularly crazy, but he felt that he had made a name for himself. He goes on, gets drafted by the Commanders, rookie year, crushes the NFC as a rookie. Absolutely crushed it. He won Rookie of the Year. We were all upset because we were hoping it was going to be Bo, but I mean, honestly, at the end of this, how the playoffs ended up playing out, Jaden Daniels more than deserved it. Last year, on his sophomore year, just injury bug after injury bug, just could not stay on the field. And now he's coming back for his 3rd year. Now, LSU had apparently promised an incoming player the number 5 jersey, and Jaden Daniels lost it, which is absolutely bonkers, if you ask me. He got with his lawyers, or got with a lawyer group, and they sent a cease and desist letter to LSU saying that they could not use his likeness or his image, or his likeness and his image and his name for any of their promotional stuff. But apparently, the time for them to do that, because I guess when you sign a contract with the school, like, they can use it for like the last 2 years after you leave or something like that. It already happened. So everyone was just kind of freaking out, like, what is the deal with this? And then it turns out it was because, they promised this incoming kid the number 5 jersey, and he had some reservation, and Jay Daniels had some reservations about that. Now, on top of that, there's 2 camps, right? There's the Jay Daniels camp that's like, no, we get it. Like, he played there, like, what the heck, yada, yada, yada. And then there's the other, and on that camp, they're also crying about how Joe Burrow's number was retired and how no one can get that jersey number again. And on the other hand, you're like, he didn't win a national championship. The jersey's not retired. There's nothing that holds that. He has nothing to really base this on other than he's being a diva, which I think is silly because you were hurt all last season. Your team did not that great all last season. And as we're coming into preseason, getting ready to start the next season, which could be your comeback season, you're worried about your college jersey. Tell me that's not crazy.
Yeah, that's a little odd. I mean, especially after you've been in the league for a few years. I mean, if it was like, it's his rookie year, and then he's trying. I don't see the benefit behind it other than possibly he's trying to get money out of the university for using his name and likeness. But, bro, you're playing in the NFL. Like, you're going to make freaking millions. Like, pardon my language, but shut the fuck up and go play ball.
Yeah. That's kind of where I sit on it. It's not so much I think about the money. I think it's just he feels disrespected and slighted that what I think it was is that nobody told him, hey, we got this kid who's coming in who's always wore the kid that's going to get the number 5 jersey has always been number 5 from Pee-wee through middle school, through high school, and now as he's going to start his college career, he has always been number 5. So it's very, very synonymous with his, upbringing. And I think they just didn't give Jaden Daniels the heads up like, hey, we're giving this kid your jersey.
Still, shut the hell up. Like, go play your ball.
I agree. I agree. It doesn't. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You're in the NFL. You have much more important things to be focused on. So focus on that. Okay. And whatever happens with numbers will happen. But don't make a big deal out of it during preseason. But again, Jay Daniels, we're going to say 5 a lot. Please don't sue us. Last but not least, we have 2 more. Sorry, we have 2 more. So the third story, Keenan Allen, free agent, late signing with the Indianapolis Colts on an $8.25 million deal. Rob, do you think this is a panic signing or do you think this is a strategic signing?
I think for the Colts, it's strategic because, again, with Alec Pierce trying to come back from an injury, maybe they're not 100% sure he's going to be ready, so they would rather have depth at that position. And let's face it, like Keenan Allen, he's a decent receiver. He's not as good as he once was. He's up there in age, but he's going to have a veteran presence on that team. He's going to have a veteran presence in that wide receiver room. So I still think he has enough juice to, help the Colts out and maybe make some key plays on third down when they're needing it. I think my biggest question with that signing is will Daniel Jones, Indiana Jones, whatever you want to call him, will he be able to get chemistry with Keenan Allen because he was such a late signing before the first game of the season? That's my question.
And I think Daniel Jones is pretty good about not just making chemistry, but also being able just to kind of whatever is put in front of him, he's able to work with whoever it is. I mean, he walked into that team with Pittman, with Pierce, with his tight end, Tyler Warren, and crushed it, right? Sure, yeah, he got to the preseason, training camp, preseason, and whatnot before he started the season. But again, it's still a brand new team, and he was dapping his guys up on all their reps, right? So I do think it's strategic as well. I do not think this is a panic signing, whether it is because of the Alec Pierce injury that he's still working through, or if it's because, again, they did lose their top wide receiver with Pittman Jr. So maybe it's just adding a little bit more depth to, hey, we don't feel the absolute need for it, but it's good to have it just in case. And I think it was a smart move.
Yeah.
So
we've actually got 3 more stories I want to just kind of touch on real quick. This actually just came out today. The Seahawks have signed cornerback Trevon Diggs to a 1-year deal. Who he formerly played with the Green Bay Packers. So, the Seahawks definitely were needing a little bit of depth in the cornerback room, the defensive back room. So that dropped today. And unfortunately, amongst other injuries, these 2 I'm going to touch on, I think, deserve just kind of a little bit of recognition. Unfortunately, the Texans lose wide receiver Jaden Higgins for the season due to a torn ACL during joint practice with the Raiders. Unfortunately, those cheating SOBs. Just kidding. But seriously. And then the Chargers starting center was injured with a knee injury. Tyler Biadasz. I don't know if I said that right. Biadaszz. Biadasz. So that's going to present a little bit of intrigue to the Chargers offensive line. But my question to you, Grunt, is, are joint practices too dangerous for NFL teams this close to the first game of the season? I feel like a lot of players are getting injured during these joint practices because tempers are flaring, tension is high, and they're trying to get after it. They're trying to prove themselves, because there's a big debate right now on whether or not the NFLPA should take joint practices out of camp altogether.
I'm not going to tell you, from what we've seen, yes and no. So yes, it's presents the problem of you have two different teams that are playing against each other, but they're not all homies, right? Granted, even the homies are fighting, but you have two opposite teams, and it's causing problems. And we just saw, what was it, yesterday or the day before last, where the Saints linebacker, was it
Rick Steiner's son, back to belly suplexed a player from the opposing team. I mean, it wasn't like, over the top, like.
Yeah. When you hear suplex, you think it's like the whole, like, on the old wrestling shirts, right? And that's what I was expecting, and then I watched. I was like, oh, he just kind of like threw him down. Yeah. But yeah, so you have those. So you have those, and it's like, I mean, it adds, is the risk in the Army, we have it where it's the risk to reward ratio, right? Is it there? And I don't think it's there. Right, especially because now you have to plan for risk mitigation. And when you don't have risk mitigation, that's the kind of stuff that can happen, right?
Yeah.
You have guys that are getting hurt because they don't care, right? If they're doing, 11 on 11 on joint practices, right, and they crack the starting or the second string quarterback so hard that, he goes into concussion protocol, they don't care. It's not their quarterback. That's your problem. So, again, it's one of those things that's like, is it worth it? Yes, because you're at least, you're playing against guys that are actually going to play against you. But at the same time, you really have to get in that risk mitigation factor of, are we limiting the risk to our players of being injured right before the season? And as far as the Chargers injury, that hurts the Chargers, in my opinion. That hurts the Chargers something bad, because last season they got bit by the injury bug and really crumbled towards the end. And where was most of their injuries? On the offensive line. So you're saying there's a guy that has a starting job for center is down? That's not looking good, dude.
Well,
not looking good.
And there's obviously, like you were talking about, there's risk versus reward when it comes to joint practices. But a lot of times, we're also seeing teams are getting into fights with each other, and a lot of times, it goes a step too far. Sometimes it's, hey, at the end of the day, football is a violent sport. Okay, everybody knows it. You're taught that from the time you're in Pee Wee League all the way to the pros. It's a violent sport. And if you can't handle the heat, then get the hell out of the kitchen. For example, the Broncos had their first fight of the training camp, and you're not going to guess who it was. Nobody's going to believe who it was between, but it was our very own Bo Nix and Nick Bonito. I guess Bo Nix got knocked down, and he didn't, appreciate that, and got up, started jawing and getting in, people's faces. And I guess Bo Nix grabbed Nick Bonito's leg and pulled him off the pile, and then Nick Bonito had to be held back from going after our own quarterback. Now, I watched the press conference. I think everything is fine. Everybody loves one another. It's a part of training camp. It happens. But at the same time, like that's the kind of juice you want to see before the first game. And even Bo said the same thing.
So when it's your own teammates, it's one thing, right? Because at the end of the day, they know I can't hurt this guy. We can't hurt each other. We're on the same team. We all have the same goal. Bring in another team, and they get to fighting. Hey, I snapped that dude's kneecap to the left. I ain't even worried about it. Right? Not good.
So before we get into our first game file, I got a little something I want to kind of present to our viewers and our listeners because I feel like it needs to be addressed. Last episode, you betrayed me, Grunt. You broke my heart, okay? You broke my heart. You decided you were going to be a Colts fan. And I'm not going to lie, I shed a few tears that night going to sleep. I made this just for you, my friend, because I feel like it deserves to be shown. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an announcement.
I'm not leaving. I'm not fucking leaving! The show goes on! This is my home!
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. He's back with us. He's seen the light. He's seen the error of his ways. He ain't leaving. We're still Broncos fans, and that's the way it's gonna be.
Let me get this on. Let me get back in uniform.
Yeah. Well, you were supposed to do that while the thing was playing, but I get it. You wanted to.
I had to hold up because
you wanted to show Allen
because it's Zach, my man Zach Allen, baby.
Sack.
It's
Allen.
my boy, Zach Allen, baby. Zach Allen's getting 30 sacks just for that. 30 sacks in the season. Solo sacks. He's gonna be the sack leader for the Broncos. Calling it right now. Zach Allen, you better not let me down. You better not let me down.
So our first game file is going to be the Broncos taking on the Atlanta Falcons. And I'll be honest, my instant reaction was I was very surprised at how many points the Broncos scored. I didn't think, they would score that many points. They won 27-7.
Straight belt to ass.
Yeah. 100%. I thought it was going to be a shutout. I really did. But you know what? Even a blind squirrel finds a nut at least once.
Again, I mean, and here's the thing is that in that game, right, we had a couple starters out there. We had a couple starters that weren't. So I kind of leave it up to, it was our second string. Like,
hey, they still get paid to play, man.
But there were a few starters out there that absolutely rushed it. That absolutely crushed it that game. And I'm super excited to go over it. So to start at halftime, score was 24-0. Just absolutely spanking the crap out of Atlanta. And then who do we have out there that was playing? We had Jared Stidham that was coming out, right? Because Bo was sitting out as anybody can imagine. 131 passing yards with one touchdown, and he kind of strengthened his position behind Nick. How do I feel about that? I'm still upset with Jared Stidham. I'm still upset. Still upset with Jared Stidham.
He still holds the grudge.
I am. Like, it was right there. It was right there. But he did very well, right? And he did strengthen his position because Sam Ehlinger, unfortunately, didn't really do too great during the game. Super, unfortunate. We definitely didn't see that one coming out. I expected more from Ehlinger. I didn't expect him to be firing on all cylinders and absolutely crushing it, but I did expect more than what we saw. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, it's fair to say, but, looking back, Sam Ehlinger's been with the Broncos 2 years, maybe 3. And, he's kind of always been that, practice team, quarterback. So he hasn't really gotten as many reps, in my opinion, for it to warrant him taking the backup job. I still think he has a lot to develop and a lot to learn. But I think he did the best he could. A couple of guys I want to kind of talk about, and this, in my opinion, was the play of the game. Okay, Jahdae Barron got a tip.
Go over that one before I could.
Got a tip ball and ran it 97 yards to the house. Play of the game, in my opinion, defensively.
I mean, no, I agree with you on defense. I mean, again, Jahdae Barron is a starter, right? We saw him out there last year as a rookie. He had an interception or like a couple interceptions last season.
Yep.
So we know what the guy's capable of, and to see him really start coming in to his own, especially the sophomore year, I think that just speaks to the development of our defense, that we're not straight focused on one thing. Everybody's looking everywhere, right? Because like you said, that was a tip ball, and it was a tip ball from like a good 5 yards?
Yeah.
Probably, like it got tipped and it went that way, and he just saw it, got it, and was gone. So I mean, it was a beautiful interception.
Yeah, I believe Devion Key was the one that tipped the ball. And our boy, White Stallion, baby, Riley Moss also had an interception in that game. It was actually, when you watch the replay, I'm surprised he caught it because he had to actually contort this direction and catch the ball behind him. But hey, Riley Moss out there showing people he's not messing around. So he's definitely got something to prove this year because this is his contract year, I believe, as well.
I don't know if he has something to prove. I don't know if I would go that. Here's one.
He's a white corner. They all have something to prove.
Okay, timeout. Okay, fine. He's a white corner. Okay. Who was the most targeted corner in the league last season?
Riley Moss.
Now, granted, he had some PIs. He had some bad calls that got called on him, right? But as far as holding it down on opposite of Pat Surtain II, I don't think he has anything to prove. I think he's more than proved, hey, I can be on this defense, I can be on this team, and I can be an asset. I don't think he has to prove anything. I think it's just, hey, last year had a lot of PIs, got targeted a lot. I'm going to make them be terrified of throwing it in my direction. I want them to be terrified of going to the edges because you got me on one side and Pat on the other, and we're going to absolutely make your day terrible.
Well, that's what I think. And I don't mean that as like a knock against him, but he's in his contract year. So he wants to go out there. He wants to have a phenomenal season so he can get that payday, which in my opinion,
he's going to.
He rightfully deserves. Yeah, but it better be with the Broncos. They better give him the bag.
They probably will.
Another couple players I just want to touch on. Cortland Sutton had a remarkable, incredible one-handed catch. He had 3 catches for 60 yards, including a 40-yarder. He was, running up the sideline, and he had I think it was his right arm drugged down, so he kind of caught it one-handed, tucked it in. Great play. Cortland Sutton coming back with a vengeance this year. Jonah Coleman, the rookie, didn't do a whole lot, but hey, he got out on the field. He made, a couple of decent runs. I think that kid's got a lot of promise. I really do.
Yeah. And then the last but not least, Jaleel. I don't dislike Jaleel McLaughlin. I do not dislike him. All right. There was a long time that I wanted him to be our RB1 back when we had he who will not be named. 1, because I forgot his name. 2, because I hated him. I hated him when he was our running back. He used to just absolutely annoy me. But to have the running back room that we have now, I expect him to elevate to the rest of that room. We have RJ Harvey, who is a very good receiving back. He can run. He had a heck of a run where he made that cutback, and it was beautiful. So RJ is developing. If J.K. Dobbins, who's our number one, we saw what he did last season. He's telling everybody right now, 1,000 yards season's coming. Watch me. Which again, with the play calling change up with Davis Webb, it is in the realm of possibilities. If it was still Sean Payton, I'd be like, all right, let's not get too carried away. But with Davis Webb doing the play calling, absolutely could happen. And now we have the rookie Jonah Coleman, right? Yes, he's a rookie, but he's showing, hey, I'm here. I expect more from the veteran. So, I mean, how do you feel about Jalil at this point?
Jalil, he looks good. He put on 10 pounds of muscle. He's got the hair grown out a little bit, but he had a fumble in a preseason game, and you can't do that. You cannot put the ball on the ground whatsoever. So I don't know. I hate to say it. I don't think he's going to make the team because we've got JK, we've got RJ Harvey, and now we got Jonah Coleman. And if he does, it's going to be on the practice squad as like, we're just going to keep him here in case we have JK go down. We have to elevate the other two. We got to have, a third for backup. But man, it's going to be really hard for him to make that 53-man roster. I think he's going to be a bubble player, in my opinion. He's going to be a guy that they're going to, do we put him on the practice squad or do we cut him?
I hate to agree with you, but the way you put it, it makes sense. The way that you put it, it does make sense. Right? You got to make these cuts. Do we try to keep having faith in Jalil, or do we just say, hey, we appreciate all the hard work. We'll see you around. And that, again, I don't dislike Jalil. I would hate to see him go. But at the same time, if you're not elevating to the player that we think you ought to be, sorry, dude.
We got standards, we got expectations around here, and if you're not meeting them, get out.
So on the other side of the ball with Atlanta, complete implosion. So starting off, we got to talk about the giant concussed elephant in the room. Tua Tagovailoa, 22 passing yards and a lost fumble. This is the guy that they brought in from Miami. Hey, this is the guy that's going to be a bridge for Penix till he gets back. Like, we see what he's done in Miami, shows up during the preseason game and absolutely falls apart against our secondary, our second string defense. Right? Yes, we had a couple, one or two guys that first string, but predominantly second string defense crumbled. Do we even think that they keep Tua? I don't know how much I can't remember how much money they paid him. I can't remember what the contract was for. But
I can look it up.
Yeah, look, because at this point, like, I guarantee you that GM is getting lit up by the owner.
So Tua signed a 1-year, $1.3 million veteran minimum contract with the Atlanta Falcons. But the question that I want to pose about Tua is, so Tua, first preseason game, new system, new coaches, but again, he's been in the league for umpteen amount of years. Then they put in Cooper Rush, who threw the pick to Jahdae Barron. So he got a pick six, 97 yards going the other way. Do you keep him and just deal with it and see what happens towards the end of the season? See, maybe Atlanta's doing this to see where they wind up draft position. I don't want to say that they're tanking, but
they're definitely not tanking. I don't think they're tanking. But at the same time, the way that it looks like the quarterback room is going is Penix, Tua, Cooper, right? And Cooper has a lot of experience across the league. I mean, he played for the Ravens. He played for who did he play for last year? Wasn't Ravens?
Wait, who are you
He played
talking
for-
about?
Cooper. Cooper played for the Ravens. He played
Cowboys.
for Cowboys. Like, this guy has a lot of experience, right? And as far as I don't think you cut him. And then when it comes to Tua, I don't care if it's a new system. I don't care. You can't sit there and blame, oh, it's a new system and new coaches. When you have guys like Daniel Jones, was going there for the second string job, was going to Indiana for the second string job, and ended up taking over as the first string, as the starter.
Yeah.
So, and again, whole new system, whole new coaching staff, whole new players. So I expect that from somebody like Tua, who's been in the league for what, 4 or 5 years now?
Yes, sir.
I'm not saying I expect him to go out there and go 8-1, but to have more than 22 yards and fumble. I expect him to have at least a 100-yard game and maybe a touchdown, whether it be passing or rushing, right? Or at least get them to the red zone. That, he could be on the chopping block. They might just be like, hey, we got Coop. He did all right. Bad luck with the Baron interception, but he was at least moving the chains a little bit.
Yeah. Some other players for Atlanta gave Atlanta some good positive tape. Those would be Malcolm DeWalt IV, Jack Strand, and Tyler Goodson. But again, when it's 24-0 at halftime, my overreaction to this game would be that Denver might have the one of the deepest rosters in the NFL. I mean, we've got talent forwards, backwards, upside down, and getting down to that 53-man roster. That's going to be. I don't envy the coaches and the staff that has to make those decisions whatsoever. But I think Denver's got quite a bit of depth this year for sure.
I think that we do have good depth. I do think we have very good depth. I think, however, we have more depth on the defense than we do the offense. We're really starting to build on it, but I think the offense is the cut zone. So I want to say that we have the deepest rosters in the AFC. I think we have the deepest defensive roster in the AFC. I'll meet you there. The offense, though, I think that's the one where it's like, hey, we got people we can get that we can. Thanks for coming out. So, but I mean, let's be honest. Forget the preseason score itself, and just look at how these players are working together and how these guys are all contributing to this team, even though most of them are not the starters. They didn't just go out there like, oh, it's a preseason game. I'm just going to go out there and have fun. They were all out there to do work, and they put in work. So I think that's just it's one more thing you can give to Sean Payton and the rest of the coaching staff, is that when they put a player on that field, that player is going to sit there and give it 110%, whether it's a preseason game, a regular season, or a playoff game. They're going to go out there and work.
I agree with you.
All right. So before we move on to the next game, Rob and I are going to be doing, for each game, we each get one. We each get one. All right. Come here, weirdo. All right. We're each going to get one. Okay. So if you don't remember, 2 weeks ago, we started this segment where it was Come Here, Weirdo, where somebody gets knife-handed, and then we come here and let me talk to you. We're talking right to that player. Okay. Or that owner or that GM or that coach, whoever it is. So let me go ahead and do a hat change real quick. All right. So, Rob, you want to start or you want me to start?
You go for it, brother.
All right. Johnny Barron, come here. Come here, weirdo. Yeah, you. You with the face. You with the face in the orange. Come here. Come here. That's what I like. That's what I like to see. All right? You make them terrified to pass anywhere on that field. All right? We got Zertan to the left. We got Riley to the right. And now we got you in the center. That's what I'm talking about. You make them petrified to come near the air. All right? You keep that on the ground. And Zach Allen's going to take it from there. Okay? You keep that up. Proud of you. Proud of you. All right.
I can't do it as well as you, man. Shit.
I just tell me who you want. Just tell me. I'll get their attention. I got it. Tell me who you want.
Well, I mean, if you did one for the Broncos, I'm not doing it for Atlanta, and you know who I'm going to pick. Tua's ass. Tua's ass. Get him over here.
Hey, weirdo. Hey. Come. Yeah, you with the funny eyes. Yeah, you get hit in the head. Yeah, you got hit in the head. Come here, weirdo. Come here. Come here. Come here, Tua. Come here. Rob, you got something to say to you. Go ahead, tell.
Tua, if you don't pull your cockeyed ass out of your ass, head out of your ass is what I meant to say, and learn how to play this game and get more than 22 yards, I'm going to make you run until I puke.
What are we doing, man? What are we doing? 22 yards? You're a professional. You're an absolute. No. There was a movie once called Remember the Titans. You drop a ball, you run a mile. All right? I'm gonna make you start doing that. Ridiculous. All right.
You do that so well. You're gonna get tired of doing the hat change.
No, I don't care. I love it. All right. Next up, we have our second game foul, which honestly was kind of upsetting for someone who went to the Colts training camp and was raving about him to sit there and have them go tie the Patriots. Granted, yes, Patriots were Super Bowl team last season. They didn't win, but they were at the Super Bowl, right? But 13-13, you tied a preseason game. Annoys me greatly. Ties should not be a thing in American football. Okay? Should not be a thing. All right? You win, you lose. All right? I don't care what we have to do. Roger Goodell, fix it. Come here, Roger. No more ties. Okay? No more. All the players risk to reward. Someone's a loser, someone's a winner. Okay? We don't do ties here. All right? We literally fought a war of independence to not have ties. All right? Anyways. So
we don't hand out participation trophies in the NFL.
No participation trophies here. All right. So why we picked it, first and foremost, Anthony Richardson, Indianapolis put him in his first half, and he Anthony Richardson, right? 11 for 14, 145 passing yards, 53 rush yards, 1 rush touchdown, and 1 interception. No change. No change to that guy's profile. None whatsoever, right? We know he can rush, right? That was one of the biggest things that got him drafted to the Indianapolis Colts was look how big this dude is. Look how good his 40 is. We know you can run. Can you throw a football into the end zone? Like, yeah, you have an absolute cannon on your arm and you can get it down the field. Can you make the short passes? Oh, no, you had an interception. I guarantee you that was on a short route pass. I guarantee you it was. I guarantee you that was on a short pass over the middle. I guarantee it. Don't quote me, but I guarantee it. So he showed that he still has talent, he still has potential, but he's not developing. Whether it's he just doesn't care because of where he's at, or it's because he's just angry with the world. I don't know which one it is. But at this point, you're on this team. Develop. Learn what you can. Make yourself. You want to trade so bad? Make yourself an asset.
Hey. I know who should trade for him. Atlanta. Get Tua out of there and bring Richardson's ass over.
I mean, you're not wrong. Again, the numbers, they can say the numbers speak for themselves. He just hasn't changed. So that's the big one. The other one that we have is that's really the biggest thing for Richardson that I have. Their defense, I mean, there's not much more you can really talk about the Colts game as far as that. Riley Leonard, unfortunately, had just kind of also ate the ground. I put that more up to, though, that he is way younger. He's really trying to learn. But there's a lot of work the Colts still need to obviously do. All right, like I said, to go 13-13 with the Patriots is rough. Rob, what do you got for the Patriots?
Oh, the Patriots. Well, I still hate the Patriots. But, I mean, the bad New England forced 4 Colts turnovers and still wound up in a tie. How do you force 4 turnovers and still tie the game? Like, that's the good part for New England is they forced 4 turnovers. The bad part is they couldn't capitalize. They still tied. And in my opinion, a tie is a loss. I don't even count it as a win. It's a loss. And if that were to happen in the regular season, guess what happens? You get screwed down the stretch towards playoffs and seeding. We've seen it happen time and time again. Okay? About 28% on third down and penalties erased games. Let's talk about Andy Borgalis. 2 for 5 on field goals, including a missed chance to win the game. Bro, you're in the NFL now. Your job is to kick the ball through those 2 sticks. That's your job. Kick it from here to there. And you go 2 for 5 and you miss a chance to win the game? Get out of here with that. There's not much to say about this game, man. A tie is a shitty way to lose and win the game, to be quite honest. But again, one bad preseason night isn't going to be fatal, but 2 for 5, that gets attention. 4 takeaways and you only score 13 points. Like that's not good. That's not good at all.
Yeah. What do you have for an overreaction for this game? What's your overreaction? Because the one that's on the teleprompter is absolutely insane. I don't know what you were smoking when you wrote that down, but I want some of it because it's got to be some good stuff.
Well, it was more of a hopeful thing because I thought you were still a Colts fan, and I was trying to help you out and be supportive. And now that you're back on my side, it doesn't make much sense. So my overreaction is New England. Figure it the hell out. I'm trying to watch my P's and Q's. I got yelled at by that guy. I'm knife handing him. I got yelled at by him.
Stop it, weirdo. Don't even come over
there. Basically, I got yelled at because I crashed out last show, but that's okay. We crash out sometimes. We move on. It happens.
I think that's not an overreaction. I think that's just that's like the biggest takeaway from this game is both these teams have a lot of work to do. I do think it'll change when their actual starters get out there. I do think that they don't have the depth yet. They're still working through their depth pieces. And unfortunately their QB depth is not great. With Anthony Richardson being there, he doesn't want to be there. They're not trading. They're like, we paid you money. Like, we went over this last time. They're like, suck it up. You're here. Make yourself an asset. Bring something to the team.
Do you think keeping Richardson on the team, is it going to be detrimental to the team overall and possibly he could turn into a cancer? And I'm going to get this comment out of the way because I know if I don't, I'm gonna hear it here.
Yeah, I saw it earlier.
But your lovely wife says, I like you better in blue and wearing number 28. Well, guess what, Jess? We got cookies. Welcome back to the dark side, Grunt.
No, I think that, like I said, I don't think he's going to be a cancer, because here's the thing is that no one on that team, it's not that they take him seriously or they don't take him seriously. I think there's no one on that team is like, everyone on that team is like, look, you don't want to be here, don't care. You're going to play here. And while you play here, we expect you to perform. And if you don't, fine. We didn't pick up your fifth-year option. Either you perform and you move on, or you don't and you get out of the NFL. I remember when I was a young private, long time ago. I remember talking to my dad, and I was like, I was messing up. I was making real dumb private mistakes, and I remember my dad said something to me, and I was like, I don't think I love the Army. I think I'm going to be okay. He's like, here's one thing you have to remember. Every day, 100 more of you joins the Army, right? When you leave, there is not going to be a big change. There's not going to be a big difference in the Army, right? The Army's going to keep moving, right? So figure it out and stay out of trouble. Anthony Richardson is in the same kind of boat. If Anthony Richardson leaves the NFL because he couldn't figure it out, the NFL is going to keep going. They come out with new quarterbacks every year. There's probably, more than 6 dozen quarterbacks that didn't get drafted that are out there right now, undrafted free agents. You have free agent quarterbacks that are out there that are pining. Third spot, get me back on the field. Let's go. What do you need me to do? What can I do to get on the field? If you don't figure it out, wheels going to keep turning, dog, and you're just going to be forgotten. So,
let's do come here, weirdo, and then we're going to do housekeeping, and then we'll keep it rolling.
Sounds good. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, this is your come here, weirdo.
All right. Rob, I went first last time, so you go first this time. Who you want?
Hey, you, weirdo, come here. Andy
Which
B.
one? Which weirdo?
Andy B. Andy B.
Andy B. Hey, come
over
here. Come here, Mr. Feets a lot. Come here. Come here, Mr. I got 2 left feet because obviously I can't kick with the right one. Come here. Come here, weirdo.
Hey,
listen to the man.
Hey, your job is to kick that ball. And if you don't figure it out, you're going to be stocking shelves at the nearest grocery store. So figure it out. And
this ain't a Kurt Warner story. This ain't a Kurt Warner story. All right, you're going to stay stocking shelves. Okay? Ain't a Kurt Warner story. All right? Get your Lamborghinis and get them working. Okay?
I hope you do this at work. I really do.
Sometimes. When it is appropriate.
It's always appropriate.
Come here, Colts. Whole organization. Come here, Colts. Don't you ever tie again. Okay? I don't care what you have to do. All right? Put Indiana Jones in for a series just to not get a tie. All right? This is ridiculous. All right? Come here, weirdos. You're better than that. All right? I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that ever again. All right? Weirdos. All right.
And while he's doing a hat change, Mrs. Grunt comes in saying AR needs to go flip rocks until they are all evenly tanning.
That's tough. That's tough. That's tough, dog. She can tell she's been married to me too long.
How was that, Mr. Gridiron Grunt?
Very proud of you. Very proud of you. All right. Rob, who do we got today sponsoring the show?
Hey, as always, we're going to give a shout out to, and I got this nifty shaker from Dubby Jitterless Energy. Again, we want to give a shout out to Dubby Jitterless Energy, a sponsor of today's show and all of our shows. So make sure you head on over to w.gg and use code DOF88 to get 10% off your order. Drink W, be better. Why, you might add? Well, because it's clean energy, sharp focus, no crash, smooth energy with no jitters or crash, 150 milligrams of caffeine per serving, supports focus with coffee fruit extract and nootropics, includes vitamins and amino acids, zero sugar, zero maltodextrin, zero fillers, no artificial colors or dye, and it's about $1 per drink, and you get 30 servings per tub. So again, head on over to w.gg and use our code DOF88 for 10% off your order. It lets them know that you came from our show. Now, I would also like to throw this up. Follow us on all of our social media platforms: YouTube, Kick, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. And yes, I finally remembered to edit the image. That is our creator's profile on Spotify. Excuse me. Everything is the Gridiron Command with the exception of TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter. TikTok.
Everything is the Department of Football with the exception of Spotify, X, and YouTube.
Yes. Twitter is, you threw me off my roll, Grunt. Twitter is the DOF pod. YouTube is at the Department of Football. And again, our creator link for Spotify, you'll see there on screen. It is creators.spotify.com/pod/profile/the Gridiron Command. Again, we want to thank Dubby as being a sponsor of our show.
Thank you, Dubby.
Okay. Moving
on.
on.
Get that out of the way. Moving on, we have our third game, which is, I think this speaks a lot to how two absolute hard-hitting teams are looking going into this season, right? So we have the Rams versus the Chiefs, which Rob is very excited for because the Chiefs lost. But here's the thing. Here's why we picked this game. So obviously, Mahomes, Stafford, both out, right? So now we're looking at all their secondaries. Ty Simpson, guy that was real controversial in the draft this year. So, what's his name? I don't know.
Justin Fields.
No, Sean McVay. No, I'm talking about just the Ty Simpson part. Sean McVay irritated when he was drafted. Right?
Visibly irritated.
Like super irritated. Has him in, and I was like, all right, let's see what the kid can do. Let me tell you something. That kid kind of balled out for his first preseason. I mean, nothing to sniff at. Ty Simpson, stats were 21 for 25, 190 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an 84% completion. All right, both touchdowns came in the fourth quarter. But let me tell you something. If Matt Stafford, who again I think is probably the best quarterback in the league as it sits when you're looking at it statistically, if he goes down, the Rams are looking pretty good with their secondary. Rob, first preseason game, rookie, putting up those numbers. We see that by starters in the season.
Hey, my hat's off to him. Ty Simpson looked sharp. Again, he went out there, he balled out. You heard the stats. But again, like you said previously when we were talking about this, rookie quarterback coming into a preseason game, playing against, second and third stringers on defense. You got to, like you tell me, you got to take it with a grain of salt. Does he look good? Absolutely. Only missed 4 passes, no interceptions. Take it all day long. If he keeps developing on that same path, he could be the second coming of Matt Stafford, in my opinion.
Yeah, sure. Take it with a grain of salt. It is against secondaries. Agree with you there. We got Tua, who's going against secondaries and has 22 yards in a fumble.
Well, you sneeze on Tua, he gets a concussion, okay?
But again, I think I think just on those stats, even with the secondary, I think Ty Simpson has a bright future As of right now, it's only one game. It's a preseason game. However, though that's a very, very good stat line. It's a very, very good stat line for your first time on an NFL field. Like he said, he wanted to come and make history and build something with Sean McVay. The kid's coming out and delivering for Sean McVay. He is. I got to give him his flowers on that.
Absolutely. And, Dean Connors for the Rams caught both of those touchdowns, 9 yards and 2 yards respectfully. Stetson Bennett came into the game for the Rams, 4 for 6, only 36 yards. Stetson Bennett came out of the University of Georgia, I believe, and, had a lot of promise in the beginning. But unfortunately he had some off the field issues, and I don't think he's going to make that Rams roster, to be quite honest. I don't even know if he'll make the practice squad.
Really?
But
Even with 2 touchdowns?
No. Ty Simpson had the 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, Stetson Bennett. Yeah. Sorry.
But we're gonna flip over to the Chiefs side because I love talking shit about the Chiefs. Justin Fields, even though he did come in for a very limited action, he was 4 for 4. Emmett Johnson came into the game, 12 carries, 59 yards, 4.9 yards per carry. Harrison Butker had all 12 of Kansas City's points. Andy B, take notice, okay? That's how you're supposed to do it. 4 for 4 on field goals, including a 59-yarder. We had Garrett Nussmeier, 13 for 19 for 98 yards. Concern for the Chiefs, 0 touchdowns. 0 touchdowns. Again, we know Patty Mahomes wasn't playing, but still, 0.
So again,
None.
That's the thing, and that is the biggest. That's the arrow in their Achilles, right? When it comes to the Chiefs, if Pat Mahomes goes down, they don't have anybody reliable to fill that void. You have Ty Simpson out here again, rookie, brand new against the secondary. Went 190 for 2 touchdowns, right? Sure, fourth quarter, they were in the fourth quarter. Most of the Broncos' touchdowns last season were all in the fourth quarter. I ain't going to talk crap about that. I'm just not. But now you have, again, Justin Fields. Been a starter. Can consider him a veteran. 4 for 4, didn't play a lot, than everybody else, right? So we don't always see Justin Fields, how he's doing in this system and with this coaching staff. But to rely on field goals, if Pat Mahomes goes down, Chiefs are in trouble again. So this is telling me. You have all your eggs in one singular basket. Whether it's you just have that much faith in that he's going to stay healthy, whether or not, whatever. I think that's crazy. That's insane.
Yeah.
Right.
Again, we already talked about the big storyline for the Rams, the QB2, Stetson Bennett versus Ty Simpson. My opinion, Ty Simpson's your clear backup there. Overreaction for this game is I think the Rams found their successor to Matt Stafford. I really do. Again, with the score being a secondary fact of the game, Simpson is the story. Kansas City got some useful individual performances, but couldn't finish drives. Like you were saying, they've got all their eggs in the Mahomes basket, and if something happens to him, they are screwed. But who impressed you most out of the 3 games that we've talked about so far? Stidham, Richardson, or Simpson?
I'm gonna go with Simpson. All right, I'm gonna go with Simpson. Stidham did okay. I'm all right with that. Richardson, already talked about, nose diving off a cliff, in his feelings, whatever. But Simpson again, to come out and to put up those numbers, I got to give it to him. Like, he definitely impressed me the most just with that stat line. Right? He's obviously going in the right direction. If he keeps it up, I think he absolutely, like, if Matt Stafford retires, I think he's going to just immediately fill that void. I think he's just going to move up. I think he's like, hey, I'm ready. Let's go. I think he's obviously, whatever Matt Stafford is teaching him, he's absorbing. He is listening. He is not like, oh, this the old dude wants to tell. He's like, what do you got? Tell me. What can I do? And it's good. So yeah, I think Simpson. What about you?
I'm gonna be right there with you, Simpson. Honestly, we've already touched on all the points with Simpson. He just has to keep that gradual, incline of developing and learning, and I think the Rams will be in a good spot. But we're gonna get into the Hey Weirdo next. Do you want to do the hat change or? Yeah, he's gonna do the hat change. So wait, I went first last time. It's your turn. Your turn.
It's my turn?
Yeah, your turn. Just don't take mine. Don't take mine. Don't do it.
Hey, Kansas City. Come here, weirdo.
Son of a bitch.
Come here. You keep doing what you're doing. All right? I like that. All right? I like what you're doing, okay? Come here, weirdo. You might be rock farmers, but I appreciate that. You keep doing what you're doing, all right? Because you're just going to help me win the division again. And you just keep doing what you're doing, all right? Y'all are doing great. You keep up the good work, all right? Get out of here. Get out of here, weirdo.
All right, yours was better than mine. I was going to talk shit, but I like that one. If I had to do – well, now you stole mine. Now I got to come up with one on the spot. Thanks a lot, Grunt. Hey, Ty Simpson, get over here.
Come here, weirdo. Come here. Come here, you, Mr. I want to upset Sean McVay at first and now maybe winning him over. Come here, weirdo. Come here.
Hey, I like it. I like it. Keep doing what you're doing. That's a good job. You keep doing what you're doing. Don't you regress. Don't you listen to nobody. Stay your ass at home. Stay out of trouble and keep it up. I like it.
Hey, you could be the future of this franchise. You better lock in. Or you better stay locked in. Okay? I'll go take notes from Matt Stafford.
I can't do the voice. I can't do it like you. This is bullshit. While Grunt is getting back into his normal headgear, we're going to go on to game 4. Again, we picked the Titans and the 49ers. Titans miraculously won 19-13. Even though Cam Ward didn't look all that great, I got to be honest with you. Cam Ward struggled 5 for 12, 57 yards. 57 yards, that's it. The box score doesn't tell, the whole story. Tennessee starters also produced a 95-yard touchdown drive, so that was good. But again, you had Joey Sly with 4 field goals, 3 from 50 plus, which is, that's good. That's what you're supposed to do. Andy B, take notes again. Okay. Figure it out. The biggest positive was the 95-yard drive of that game for Tennessee. Concern, Cam Ward, 5 for 12, passing efficiency, not that great. Not that great, not that good. 49ers, you had Curtis Rourke, 12 for 14, 101 yards, poised and efficient. Okay, you had Dejon Streibling. I know the last name, but that first one, that's a doozy. 7 catches, 63 yards. You had Grayson Halton, disruptive up front, put on a show. But again, concern. Rourke left with a rib injury. Not good. Not good at all. We're going to want to watch for who's going to be the backup QB and the left guard because, you have one player leave. You have another one struggle a little bit, but, we just got to see what happens. Sly did make 3 field goals, again, from 50 yards. That's about the biggest positive you could put there. But again, I think the 49ers found another late round quarterback. I think if he develops and, doesn't follow in the footsteps of, Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy has been a very, very, very solid story. Okay.
When he's healthy. Again.
When he's healthy.
Again, 49ers fans. Let's move it over there. Okay. Let's get away from the giant electrical box that is weakening the bone density of all of our players. Okay.
After last show, I actually did some research, and you got to hear some of the shit that people are saying. They're talking ligament weakening. They're talking bone density. I'm like, what?
Yeah. No, here's the thing: is that for Tennessee is it's in a rebuild. It's in an absolute rebuild, right? I don't expect Cam Ward to come off from last season just the absolute disaster that he dealt with last year as rookie starting quarterback for this team. I'm not expecting him to come out and have a Ty Simpson outing, right? I don't expect it from him. He has a lot of work to do, but he has a lot of work to do with this new coaching staff. He wasn't a good head coach, but I do have faith in Brian Dabble. He helped build Josh Allen, right? It's just going to take time.
But he couldn't do shit for Jackson Dart.
No, he could. He just kept, yanking him out of the blue tent when he probably needed to be in it. So, oops. But that's the thing, right? Is that it's going to take time. This is new head coach who's going to bring his own system, and I think he's going to be more focused on the defense regardless. And if he is, again, if his secondary defense is keeping him at bay, just imagine what he's doing for the starters on the defense. Okay. Didn't get run over, didn't get blown out, won the game. We say it all the time. Defenses win championships. So you have a guy that built 9 out of the 10 defense, 9 out of the top 10 defenses, with the exception of the Jets. But Cam Ward just going to keep hammering away, dog. Keep doing what you're doing. All right. Eventually, hopefully, the Titans will stop wasting money on stadiums and will actually put forth money into player acquisition, get you some more reliable targets, and not trade away, really good ones. Joe Sly. Hey, you were one of these new age kickers. There is no such thing as a field goal line anymore. There is no such thing as that, in my opinion. We're seeing these guys absolutely do some drastic kicks. That's dangerous. Keep it up. And for the 49ers, get healthy. That is the biggest issue you're going to have is get healthy. Get healthy. Please. I think that's really all you can talk about for that game. Overreaction. You already brought it up about you think they found another late round quarterback. They probably have. All about it. As long as they can keep him healthy. But you said he got wheeled off with a rib injury because his bone density is weak. But yeah, no, I think that's about what we can talk to that game about that game. So let's go to Hey Weirdo.
So Grunt went first last time, so I'm going to go first this time, and I want to talk to the 49ers training staff. Get them over here.
Hey, trainers, come here. Come here, Weirdo. Come here. Yeah, all of you. Yeah, all you lined up. Okay. Yeah, you with the cross-eyed. Yeah, which way? All right. I think he's looking at us. I think he is. He might not be. It looks like he stuck his head in the electrical socket. I don't know what he's doing. Are you okay?
If all of you don't get together and get these players healed, I'm firing every last one of you. Every last one of you, including you, the assistant over there. I don't care how pretty you are. I'm firing every last one of you. Because the amount of injuries.
I think that's a guy, actually, Rob.
All right, well, handsome, whatever. I'm firing every last one of you. Because if you don't get these players healthy to where they can make it through a 17-game season, I'm cutting all of you. Every single last one of you. I'd rather bring in the medicine woman down the street and the voodoo doctor down the other street. I think we'd have better luck with those two. Figure it out.
All right. Go give me all the players. Go give me all the players that you have right now. Come here. All 49er players. Come here. All of you. Yeah. All right. You hear me in the back? All right. You were ugly. Listen. Calcium supplements and lots of milk. Okay? We got to start fueling our bodies right. Okay? We got a low bone density. We need some calcium in them bodies, all right?
Somebody give him some milk.
Get that man some milk. Look at George. Look for George Kittle. All right. George, you okay? The hair looks good. The ankle looks bad. Get some milk. And start a petition or something to get away from the electrical box, all right? Stop sticking forks in it, okay? Stop it. It's not good for you. All right. God, these guys are killing me. All right. Go stretch out or do something. No jumping. You're going to break your knees.
Okay, so for our last game, Grunt, why don't you take the last one, brother?
Last game, what we decided to go over was the Ravens versus the Eagles. All right, and this was a game that the reason why we picked it was kind of the same reason why I picked the Chiefs and the Rams. Right, it's two deep contenders, and they really focused on their younger players. All right,
neither team starting quarterback played.
No surprise there, right? We're not going to see Lamar until game one. Not going to see Jalen Hurts, until game one. But here's some huge takeaways, especially from Baltimore, is the young pass catchers made noise. And that's huge because you're talking about a team that the depth in their receiving room has been lacking, right? Everybody's been saying how Lamar is great, but it's all about who he's throwing to, and that's the reason why the Ravens haven't been able to really get anything going is because they don't have those pass catchers. They're Jacoby Lane, rookie, 3 catches, 38 yards, 1 touchdown, right? Not a lot of yards, had a touchdown, obviously can secure the ball. When you have someone that's a rookie that's at least being able to do that, it's good, okay? You need that. All right, and now you're letting these guys get these reps and get used to actually playing on the field. It's going to make a difference come season time, right? You've got Matthew Hibner, 5 catches, 61 yards, including a 29-yard. Okay, now we're looking at medium, long-range passes, right? We know Lamar has the arm to do that. He just needs to have somebody that's down there to get it. Huge ups for that. And then their backup quarterback, Joe Fagano.
There you go.
It's a weird name. Almost got me in trouble. 224 passing yards. Hey, you know what? Again, they're not putting all their eggs in one basket. That was the other issue, right? Because I think last season Cooper Rush was with the Ravens. When Lamar went down, Cooper rushed. Didn't really help him get anywhere. So, but now you have a guy that obviously has the ability and the accuracy to get the ball where it needs to be, which it helps maintain the load, right? If something were to happen to Lamar, I already talked to you about that, Lamar, go to the bathroom. Go right now. Go right now. We're talking right now. It gives him somebody, though, that's reliable if something were to happen. And that's huge for the Ravens. Huge for them. So You want to go into the Eagles?
Yeah. So with the Eagles, we had Jeremiah Trotter Jr. Had 5 tackles, 3 QB pressures, and 1 sack. So making a statement on the defensive line. We had Cole Payton finally got Philly into the end zone late, connecting with Eric Ezukanma. I probably butchered that.
Probably.
Ezukanma.
Eric E., good job.
Yeah, Eric E., good job. We had Keely Ringo with an interception. The only concern I have for the Eagles is only 100 total yards through the first 31 offensive plays and 0 points through 3 quarters. 0 points through 3.
How many tush pushes?
Probably none, because Jalen Hurts wasn't in there.
Probably.
Jalen Hurts is the only quarterback that they do the tush push with. Let's be honest. You didn't have – no, I don't think you had Saquon Barkley in there either. So, again, only 100 total yards and 0 points in the first 3 quarters. That's over a half. That's 45 – no, 45 quick math, something like that. 45 minutes of football with no points. Not even a field goal. Not even a field goal. Pitiful. Absolutely pitiful. Backup QB battle remains unresolved. Nobody knows. If Lamar has to go number 2 in the middle of a game, nobody knows. Or Jalen, sorry. Jalen, sorry. Jalen Hurts, he goes down, has to run to the bathroom and follow in Lamar's footsteps. I don't know. Maybe they're stall buddies. I don't know.
Hey, pass toilet paper.
I'm out. Give me some. Again, Philadelphia, 0 points through 3 quarters. Holy hell. I know it's a preseason game, but figure it out. Overreaction. The Ravens found Lamar Jackson yet another weapon. Will he utilize it? That's the question.
I don't think that's an overreaction. I think that's just a very, very good take, in my opinion. Again, yes, he's a rookie. Yes, the yardage wasn't there, but the fact that somebody obviously has sure hands and can get in the end zone is. Because right now, everybody's been talking about the wide receiver room for the Ravens, and it's like, yeah, Zay Flowers is the number 1. Zay Flowers has flashes. He's not a bad wide receiver. I'm not going to sit there and say he isn't. I think he's still developing. I think he's not, he's not a Justin Jefferson. He's not a prime AJ
Brown.
AJ Brown, right? He's not, he's not as good as Mbuka. He's learning, right? But he needs help. He can't just pass to the one guy every time. So having this other rookie come in and be able to be like, hey, I'm a target, and I'm reliable, is going to help that Ravens offense, right? Especially under their new head coach. I think that Baltimore they should be encouraged by their backup quarterbacks. They should be encouraged by their young rookies and their younger guys that are coming up and really starting to show out. I think that the only way for the Ravens, right, as of right now, is up. That's how I feel.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And, from the Philadelphia side, they got defensive positives, but the offense, let's be honest, the offensive depth left a lot on the field. They left a lot to be desired. Again, take everything with a grain of salt. It's the first preseason game going against second, third stringers. Obviously, when the first game gets in there, you're going to have your starters. You're going to have your prime A players. But if any of them go down, I think the Eagles are also a team that's going to be in trouble. Let's face it. They're going to be running the ball 75 times and leaning solely on Saquon Barkley's back. So I don't know, man. We'll see. But that was our 5 games. So we're going to do our last Hey Weirdo. And my Hey Weirdo is going to be to the entire Philadelphia Eagles organization. Come here.
Weirdos. Come here. All of you. Yeah. Hey, you in the back. Pay attention.
0 points through 3 quarters
Zero.
is pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Y'all need to figure it out and get through and get some points. I'm talking to you too, the kicker over there. Pay attention.
Yeah, you with the two left Lamborghinis. All right? Tie your cleats the right way. You got them on the wrong feet. I bet you do. I bet you do. Mouth breather.
Now get out of here.
Get out of here. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
You
All
got
right,
the
come
last
here.
one, brother.
I got the last one. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Joe Fagnano. Whatever your name is. All right. Come here, Joey.
Joey F, get over here.
Come here, yeah. Joe with the F. Change your name. All right. Go to the courthouse. Change your name to something easier for me to say. All right. Not doing this. Not doing this all season. Not. All right. Keep grinding. All right. You keep doing what you got to do. All right. I like that. 224 yards. I like that. All right. It's good. But change the name. Okay. Can't have that here. Can't have that here. All right.
I think I know how you're supposed to say it.
I'm not getting in trouble. All right. I'm not getting another investigation. Okay. Because of your name. All right. Get out of here. Go drink some water. All right. So.
All right. I was way wrong. The pronunciation on that is supposed to be Faniano.
Oh, Faniano. Oh. Well, we're both wrong. Hey, go change your name, widow. I don't want to tell you. It's too much. It's too much. But so with that, as we kind of go into the last couple minutes of the show here, some games that we didn't really deep dive into, but just kind of had some really good flashes. For the Cowboys, we had Camden Brown with 3 catches, 62 yards, 2 touchdowns. Hey, that's really good actually for the Cowboys. I guess the sunlight wasn't in their eyes. Talking to you, Jerry. The Browns, Deshaun Watson, 11-15, 126 yards. Yeah.
He didn't even look that good either.
He didn't. He really didn't. I think he had an interception too, didn't he? Or he had an interception or he had a fumble. He had something else, I'm pretty sure. But Shedeur Sanders flashed, threw an interception. Daniel Gabriel also.
And he overthrew. He overthrew guys like for no reason.
The quarterback room is going to be the same thing it was last year. Just an absolute mess. Browns fans, just leave Cleveland. Just take that whole team and move it to Idaho at this point, okay? Move to Idaho and call it the potatoes. Because that's all you guys have right now.
The Spuds. The Idaho Spuds.
The Spuds. Yeah, the Idaho Spuds. There you go. Hey, hit us up. And let's see. Do you think anybody won any standouts for the Browns quarterback room to win the starting job?
No.
I don't think so.
No. They're most likely going to be forced to start Deshaun Watson to see what they can get out of him. But if he sucks, Shedeur, get in here. If he sucks, Dylan Gabriel, get in here. They're going to wind up doing the not the ring around, but the carnival, circus ride, the up and down carousel. Thank you. I couldn't think of that word. Yeah. They're going to do the QB carousel the entire season. It's going to be just like last year. One game, one's going to start. Next game, another one's going to start. Nobody's going to know what's going on. The Browns organization is hot garbage from the top down. And I feel bad for Shedeur Sanders, but he's not doing himself any favors. He's not.
He's not. Last but not least, the Jags young defense, right? Albert Regis, 14-yard sack. Jalen Husky and Wesley Williams also contributed. And again, Jacksonville's on the come up. Jacksonville is on the come up. Again, I told you last season, or I predicted it last season, Jags were the ones that the Broncos had to look out for in the regular season. Everybody thought I was crazy. They're like, no way, it's Jacksonville. And I was like, this is not the same Jacksonville Jaguars. This is not the same team that we have seen in the past. Last year, they made a name for themselves. They are on the come up, and they are building, and they are hungry, and they are crushing it. So again, team to really watch this season is going to be the Jags, in my opinion, in the AFC. It's one of those teams to watch. Super excited to see, just how they develop this season. So with that, going into next week's episode, Rob and I have already broken down, we've already decided the games that we are going to be covering next week will be the Raiders versus the Texans. We're really excited to see what this Texans defense is going to look like and how much depth they have. We know our defense has depth. We wonder how good the Texans defense is when it comes to depth. Because, again, Texans are another team, super injury bug ridden. All right. So between them, we have the Jets versus the Steelers. We're really looking at the Steelers. We're looking at how the Steelers are kind of going underneath their new head coach and how they're developing. The Jets are going to jet.
Aaron Glenn's going to be fired before week 5. Watch.
Probably. We're going to be going over the Commanders and the Lions. Jaden Daniels, see what's going on with him. See what's going on with this Commanders offense, especially with some of the additions they've made, some of the cuts they've made. The Lions, we love the Lions head coach. We said it before. We think he's awesome. We're going to see if he's going to punt the ball. If he doesn't,
he won't.
Okay, he probably won't. But
he won't.
That's like the over under.
Will the Lions punt?
Then we have the Giants, the Dolphins, and the Bears, and the Bears and the Bengals. So those are the 5 games that we're going to be going over. We're super excited to be going over these, and we're super excited that you guys are here with us to go over it. And please get in the comments. Tell us what games you want to see. All right, we're not going to do it just straight Broncos. We're not going to be doing just straight Colts or straight AFC, straight NFC. We're going to be talking about all the teams. All right. But the more that you guys get in the comments, tell us what games you want to see, we'll talk about it. We get in the comments. So with that, Rob, final orders. All right. Final from everything, final orders from you. What do you got?
Aside from the teams that were absolutely pitiful in week 1 of the preseason, which there were a few, we went over them. If you're catching us at a later time, go back, have a listen. Again, I want to thank everybody that has been in the show, commenting, following. I'm gonna throw this up for my final words here. Again, head on over to all of our social media: YouTube, Kick, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Spotify. Give us a like, share, and subscribe, especially over there on the YouTubes. We're trying to build this community. We're trying to build this collaborative effort, and we need your guys' help to do that. So, again, appreciate everybody being here. But, hey, football's back, baby. It's preseason. I'm excited for this next week. I'm gonna do my little Broncos homer for half a second. I'm excited because Bo Nix is going to play. He's going to have about 14 snaps. So I want to see him out there. I want to see him moving. I want to see him score a couple touchdowns. So that's my final thoughts. Grunt, take us out, brother.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you. I think that for my final thoughts, it's definitely we've seen some flashes. We've seen some progress. We've seen some regress. We've seen some, hey, you guys have got to work on this. You've got to figure it out. Overall, though, it's the first preseason game. So there's so much football yet to be played. So excited about it. So really it's where do we go from here? And we can't wait for you guys to be there with us for the ride for our inaugural season as the Department of Football channel and on the Gridiron Command. Super excited, and we appreciate everybody for being here. Please like, share, subscribe. Help us build this community. We appreciate everything that you guys do for us, and we just appreciate having you guys here so we can talk football. So with that, 5 games, went into the files tonight. We opened them. We analyzed them. We talked about them. Let me tell you something. It's only going to go up from here. So 5 new games are officially on the watch list. Next Wednesday, we'll be back to answer all of your questions and be on the front lines of the battlefield this preseason. And remember, guys, here on the Department of Football and the Gridiron Command, it's one league, every team, full coverage. We'll see you guys next week.
From the mile-high trenches to every NFL battlefield, welcome to the Department of Football.